Hi everybody, and wishing you a very happy solstice, whether you are in the northern hemisphere and celebrating the summer solstice, or in the southern hemisphere and celebrating the winter solstice. Huge solstice blessings to you. I am dropping by to do a little reading and a little update for you guys. I'm doing a solstice reading today. I've already pulled the cards, excited to share them with you. And also to let you know that I will be, if anyone's been missing the witching forecast on Mondays, I will be bringing it back under a fashion, and there's also be other offerings coming from that as well. So I just stopped it for a while, for it was time to shift the energy for me and to bring something different to it as well. So that's going to be coming shortly. And also, talking of offerings and tarot, if you would love to learn the tarot, there is still time to come and join me and the gang in the Red Witch School of Tarot. I cannot wait to share this journey with you guys, because when we look at the tarot, when we dive into the tarot, we not only learn about the cards, obviously, that is the point of the course, but we learn so much about ourselves. Each card is a reflection of an aspect of our life. And so people kind of come to the tarot and they feel overwhelmed, they feel there's so many cards, how are they ever going to learn it? Point one, you don't have to worry about that. There's systems that I have that will help you learn the tarot and remember it without going, okay, this card means check the book. You will learn to remember them, you'll feel a deep connection with them, and that really helps you kind of get them embedded in your wisdom, in your hoard of wisdom. So I really, you will remember the cards, and that's not a threat, you will remember them. It's just a technique, and the way I teach helps you to absorb them and to learn about the elements. So we'll go into that more on the course. But also, apart from those, the wisdom of the symbols, they really enrich our lives. Every time I go through the course, I learn something different. I dive in, I fall in love with the tarot a bit more. So there's so many different ways you can use a tarot once you've learned them. You can use it for self-reflection. So each card is a facet of our soul, of our journey, of our life, which is awesome. Of course you can use it for readings, and we always do. Don't mean you have to, but it's a real common and positive and empowering way of using them for readings. And I'll be teaching you spreads and how to read them together. And also, you can use them for creativity, you can use them for meditation, for journeying, for pathworking. You can use them for writing and for prompts for your journaling. So there's so many different ways we're going to cover, and we're going to look at the symbols, the spirituality, and the structures behind and within the tarot. So come and join us, it's going to be so much fun. We're starting in July. I've put the starting date back because I had a problem with my website, but it's all fine, it's all good now. We're starting early July, so come and join the Red Witch School of Tarot. I would love to spend this summer with you guys, sharing the wisdom of the tarot and learning from you guys too, because every time I do the course, everyone spots something different in the cards. Everyone sees something that's in their own perspective. There is no wrong. There is just this journey that we go on to learn the wisdom. So without further ado, if you want to join us for this school, you can go to, if it's on Instagram, you can go to my link tree. There's a link there, or go to allwslordalligan.com/learn with me, and you can get to the Red Witch School of Tarot. And I would love to see you there. It's going to be so much fun, because the tarot is fun, I tell you that. As well as deep and meaning and powerful, but I think we learn through joy as well as through those deep experiences. Anyway, on to the readings of the solstice. So myself and Lord Cobweb are here, and I pulled some cards from Naomi's gorgeous show you Old Ways Magic Oracle. So beautiful. I thought they were so apt for the solstice. And I've used some cards from the Smoke, Ash and Embers Tarot as well, the Dragon Tarot. Let's start with Naomi's Oracle, with the Old Ways Magic Oracle. This is the first card I got. How beautiful is this? So this is for the solstice. Over this time, this week, as we're going through this kind of gateway of the solstice. It's called Pathways. And if I just nip ahead, that I also pulled the Badger card, we can see peeking out of here is the Badger. So it's very entwined, very connected. So Pathways, obviously from Naomi's book, is Ellen of the Ways. So, and you've got the spider, you've got this kind of beautiful portal in the trees, the leaves, labyrinths, snakes, everything that represents gateways, pathways, regeneration, and being nestled in the depth of this ancestral earth wisdom. So what can this mean for our path through the solstice? Well, it means that we are being shown the deeper webs of our life, the deeper pathways, the vibrations that align, those that really don't. We're noticing those things very powerfully. We can do. What I mentioned yesterday in the drum journey, which is up on Instagram, is about the stillness of the solstice. Like with the winter solstice, we feel like, oh yes, it's still time. Though it is party time that time of year, but we can feel more that stillness in winter. But we forget, with the summer solstice and the sun being so bright and everything being so, festivally, and there's just so many hours of sunlight, we forget there is stillness in this time as well. Solstice is sun stands still. So it is a time of reflection and depth. And so in this time, do find that nook in the tree, that's the metaphor of the nook in the tree. Please do go and sit in a nook in a tree if you can, if you want to. But I've got my little toadstool seat out there. I might be sitting in. I tried to film from my toadstool seat. I might do later when it's less bright, but it was too sunny and everything was just a bit much. Anyway, I am diverted by toadstools. But find that safe space to sit, to be, to have that sanctuary, bring energy into the earth, connect with the ancestors. We don't do that in the wintertime. We do it all year round. So connecting with the stones, the trees, the earth, the land, as well as the sun, is that journey, that pathway between them both. So deep wisdom can be found. And maybe you want to look at where you've come this year. Where have your paths led you? Where have you been drawn to? What treasures have there been this year so far? What magic have you called in? What pathways are you like, well, I've walked that and now I'm going to end that pathway? What pathways are beckoning for the next 6 months of this year? It's a beautiful time and a beautiful card to go deep, to go into that earth wisdom and find some stillness. I find it quite hard, it's so busy, energetically busy, and there's so much going on. So it is important to make that extra effort to find some stillness, to sit within the trees or to, on your toadstool, to really go inwards and listen to what your voice is saying, what your soul is speaking, and where that is leading you. And as we see the different animals here, see the deer there, so trusting your heart, trusting your path. Obviously, Ellen of the Ways is an antlered goddess. She's a goddess of the wild. She's a goddess of those ancient trackways, those ancient deer trod ways. So just trusting that inner compass and going pure-heartedly and defending that with the power of the badger. So also, I pulled look at these two beauties. So we've seen the badger, but we'll go quickly over, well, not quickly. I'm never quick. When my friends ask me to pull one card for them, and I'm like, one? They really struggle. It's just a joke that I struggle just to pull one card. I was going to pull just one card for the Solstice today. We had 6. Anyway, so look at you. Look at Foxy Boo. I love foxes. This is clarity. He's sitting on his toadstool seat. And look at that pull of the inner knowing. I think this is really linked. If you're on your path, if you are deeply connecting to your own roots and your own web, then you feel the knowing of truth. You just know what is your truth. You know when people say things to you, you're not going to be easily fooled. Sometimes we get easily fooled, but deep down we know it's not true, but we're not listening. I know I do that quite a bit. So it's just really listening to words people are saying, the feelings behind that, and your own truth this time. You're your own sort of guide in that way, and tune in with your animal guides or whatever you connect with, whatever you work with, to kind of really deeply go into that knowing. It's a full moon, there's the mushrooms, very autumnal feel, but there is clarity coming for you. I love the fact we've got pathways and clarity, so that a deep understanding of your truth, your path, who's on your side, who may be telling you porky pies, what feels wrong, what feels right. And again, we have the badger fiercely protecting what is right. If you want this, whatever it is, fiercely declare that you want this. If you're protecting what's yours, fiercely put that boundary in place. Like, this isn't a time for half-heartedness. It's if you've seen a badger going for, going for someone or protecting something. They don't do it. They are like tenacious. They will not stop. Even if it causes them injury or, you know, puts them in danger, they still go for it. I love badgers. I love foxes. I love everything, but bodgers and faxes. Bodgers and faxes are my favourite. You see? Learning the cards is fun. When I can't talk. Badgers and foxes are absolutely just one of my adored animals. And they really represent this. I think that's sometimes why they're maligned by society, because they are themselves. They're not obeying other people's rules. They live by their own path. And the badger is fiercely protecting that. So what do you need to go for in life? What do you need to do? This. I'm not going to be put off by people. I'm not going to be told no if it's something that's really aligned with me. And also, being on the shadow side of it is looking at, are we being too stubborn in certain areas? Are we not accepting help? Are we like just making life smaller by being stubborn or holding on to old beliefs kind of rigorously when actually they're not serving us? So that's kind of the shadow side. But if it feels aligned and true and bright, then fiercely go for it. Maybe ask this badger energy to come in and help you on that path. So look at these three. They're just delicious, aren't they? I absolutely adore them. And what a lovely energy for the solstice. And you know, the fox and the badger, they've come through this autumnal energy because they've got the mushrooms around them and the berries. So it reminds us that we are going into that. I mean, it's a really warm day here in the UK. We're not in winter by any stretch. Thank you. I mean, I love all seasons, but I'm enjoying the sunshine. My cowboy hat. Attest to I'm enjoying the sunshine. But yeah, like there's that seed of the fall, of the autumn, of the shifting seasons in the solstice. And I think we see that with these cards. And so on to the dragons. I am going on longer than I planned, but I will try and keep this to about 15 minutes. Anyway, so what we have, I pulled a couple of cards at once here, and then I pulled an extra one because, as I mentioned, struggled to pull one card. So Four of Pentacles is the first one. I adore these cards as well. They're so beautiful. The Six of Cups is the second one. How beautiful. So Four of Pentacles. I love, you know, some decks the Four of Pentacles is a little bit harsh. This one is quite nice actually. But the energy of the Four of Pentacles is money, 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 boundary. I mean, boundaries are good. I've been really learning that, and boundaries are very important. And there's a way that a boundary can be like a membrane where it doesn't have to be rigid and unchanging. Because if it is totally rigid and changing in some ways, you end up a bit Four of Pentacles-y, a bit, I'm looking at the castle over here and you're the dirty rascals and no one's getting in. And we do that a lot because of wounds. We do it because we're feeling vulnerable. We've been hurt before. Life doesn't feel safe. So we put these walls up and then it makes us more isolated. So like money, success, having a nice home, being grounded, all of these things are so valid, important and wonderful and a healthy, good part of life. But if they become that wall towards feeling and experiencing, then they become unhealthy. And that is a lesson of the Four of Pentacles. Good time for putting boundaries in, good time for getting money in, but also not making that the be all and end all of everything, because what we have as a treat around this time is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is just, we're in Cancer now, we're in the sign of Cancer. We want to dive into the water. I mean, I always want to dive into the water, but we want to dive into those emotions. We want to dive into sweetness, generosity, kindness. So this is like mine. This is, let's just buy you a drink of, let's just go and see that person. Let's go and forgive, forget. Let's go and see an old friend. Let's go and make up. Let's just random acts of kindness and joy. So could we please bring a bit of this, whatever that means to you today, bring a bit of this into your solstice energy. It's like this water dragon is gifting a cup and a flower to a fish. Lovely. Feed the animals. Reminisce about an innocent, beautiful, wonderful time. Do something that really nurtures and feeds your heart and is gentle, but will grow into something very, very powerful. So gentleness will dissolve those unhealthy barriers. Yes, we want healthy boundaries, but I think with the Four, it can be unhealthy. So gentleness and kindness will dissolve those built up walls that aren't serving anymore. And then post solstice, we have the Eight of Wands. And we go. We're going to do it. Eight of Wands is, here's the stillness in the solstice. Here's the moment of recalibrate, you know, being in a place of stillness. And the Eight of Wands is, okay, I've recalibrated, I've got my arrows, I've got my bow. So it's going to get busy. Life's going to get super busy, and you want to be aligned on the right path with the right energy. So you're not stuck. Anything you're cutting out of your life or shifting now or reevaluating is making space for more opportunities coming in. I very much feel what we're doing now will pay off in August in a really lovely way. So this is a feeling of also that about the kindness and the right energy by putting out the call of the right energy now. I feel by August time, or end of July, I feel Leo energy about that summer heat time. You just feel everything coming back. So don't overburden yourself. That could be also be another lesson that we learn. But yeah, it just feels absolutely wonderful to be able to refocus, realign, get onto a track that really does serve and suit us, and uses stillness to be gentle, to be kind, to feel the webs, to feel the pathways, to remember what's important to us, to put the call out and receive. Some exciting shifts and changes and opportunities to move. There's a lot of movement in the Eight of Wands, isn't there? It's like that couldn't be more moving if we tried. It's energy going out there. So very exciting. So I hope you enjoyed this little snippet, this little reading for the solstice period over this solstice week. And remember, if you want to come and join or find out more about the Redrick School of Tarot, go over to my website, all the W's, laudalligan.com, or there's a link on my Insta profile. And I can't wait to start. I'm very looking forward to this journey with you all. And also, yeah, there'll be news about the witching forecast and things related to that coming very soon. So have a gorgeous day. Enjoy whatever season you're in, winter or summer. I'm wishing you a blessed solstice with wisdom and light and joy for each and every one of you. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.